Yo, what's up guys? Cappy here, bringing you another Paper Mario video. As promised, this is the strategy analysis of the strategy I used against the Shadow Queen for my level 0 double damage 10 item run. I call it Mario Paint. As you just saw, I have 1 boo sheet, 7 life shrooms, and 2 trial stews, and throughout the battle I'll be talking about why I brought those 10 items and when I use them. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the battle. Quick note, guys, this is not the actual battle that's up on YouTube. I will be putting a link in the description to the actual battle. This was a different run of it. So let's start off with some basic Shadow Queen info. Shadow Queen has 3 phases. This is her first one. Then she has 2 others where she is in her true form. This is her Shadow Peach form. The point of this first phase is to get her down below 90 HP to trigger the second phase. To do that as fast as possible, I need to do a lot of damage. So to do that, I start with 2 spin jumps, and Vivian attacks twice, and then I will art attack twice. The reason for this is because on the second turn, Shadow Queen buffs every single time. Her first form is incredibly scripted. First attack, Shell Lightning. Second attack is a buff, so she doesn't actually attack you, where she increases to +3/+3. And then her third attack, she uses her dead hands to drag Mario or his partner under the stage. The fourth attack is random. It's one of her final form moves: lightning, an absorb, a slap, drag under the stage. Those are usually what they are. Um, so let's kind of go over why I'm doing what I'm doing. Spin jump twice because when she's buffed, the only way I can really do damage is through art attack. So I'd rather spend the FP twice, get that clean 9 damage, and then Vivian just attacks twice to tack on a little extra. Right there, you'll notice that I used Veil right after my first art attack. The Dead Hands move that drags Mario or his partner under the stage cannot be super guarded. It is impossible. So instead of praying to the RNG and hoping that Mario isn't picked, I'd rather just avoid that altogether and get a move that I can super guard. So I use Veil there to ensure that instead of being attacked with that, I get attacked with a different move. After these 4 turns, Shadow Queen is under 90 HP, and second phase will begin. Okay, so this is the Shadow Queen's second form. In this form, Mario and his partner cannot damage the Shadow Queen. So my strategy here is to attack with Mario and then put a boo sheet on him that first turn. You only need to attack the Shadow Queen 3 times to activate the third phase. So with the boo sheet active after the first turn, Mario will not take any damage provided I attack with him 3 times in a row. In this phase, this is basically a hope your partner isn't attacked every single time, and if it is, hope you can super guard. Again, I brought 7 life shrooms instead of a few more boost sheets to kind of buffer how many attacks I needed to super guard. That's because I was a little more confident in my super guarding, and you'll see if you watch the actual run, my super guarding is very good. If you bring more boost sheets, then you have less life shrooms, and I was not a fan of the thought of suddenly only having 3 or 4 life shrooms and all your boost sheets are gone and it's only like the 3rd turn of the final phase. So I gave myself a little more buffer for air. It's a little more super guard demanding, but I guess that's just the kind of player I am. So after you attack her 3 times, she recovers to full health, and the 3rd phase is about to begin. So let's jump right into it. Okay, this is it. The Shadow Queen's final form. So in the beginning of the video, I called this strategy Mario Paint. The reason for this is because besides one spring jump on turn 3, Mario only uses Art Attack. The reason for this is that you only need to circle Shadow Peach to get the max damage of 3. This can be done a total of 6 times for 18 damage. If you tack on Bobbery's 3 damage or Vivian's 2 damage with 1 point from burn, then you get 21 damage per turn. As long as she doesn't heal, this fight can be finished in basically 8 turns. Because star power management is so important, I had to optimize how Mario would be getting his star power, and that's where the 2 trial stews come in. The first 2 turns I burn all of my star power with art attacks, and then get the guaranteed bingo turn 3 to restore it. I then art attack for 2 more turns, and have Mario's partner use a trial stew the next turn, and art attack that same turn. I then art attack with Mario again, use another trial stew, and by this point the last 2 art attacks should be enough to reduce the Shadow Queen's HP to 0. So, the reason I pick Spring Jump to get the bingo is because Spring Jump does 10 damage if executed properly, and is the most damaging move Mario has at that point since my star power is gone. That's 13 damage with Bobbery or Vivian added on. This provides a small buffer in case the Shadow Queen heals off of Mario's partner. Speaking of, her absorb move is kind of ridiculous. It can end this run if she absorbs from Mario once. And this is because her absorb heals the damage inflicted onto her opponent, not the health they've lost. For example, if Bobbery has 3 HP, the Shadow Queen will still heal 7 even though Bobbery only lost 3. So for Mario, she does 14 damage because of Double Pain, and heals all of that, no matter what HP Mario's at. That's basically an extra art attack, which is possible to come back from, but very difficult. You'll need some incredible super guarding and hopefully a good audience to come back from that. And that's the Mario Paint strategy in a nutshell. So enjoy the rest of this, guys. So just a quick note, but because this is a different run than the actual fight, my super guarding for the Shadow Wave is pretty atrocious. I apologize for that in advance. So another quick note about the 2 trial stews. Your audience, obviously, at this low of a level that I'm at, can sometimes suck, and doesn't give you enough star power with even like 3 or 4 stylish moves to get another art attack. Also, you can always fail your star bingo. I'm not very good at it, to be honest. So the trial stews, while just part of the normal strategy, are also there because the RNG is not always in your favor. If the RNG is, you don't even need to use all the trial stews to perform all the art attacks. So the 2 are there as buffers and as the normal strategy. As you can tell, I try to cut out a lot of the RNG because you don't want to deal with. You don't want to pray that the Shadow Queen does something. The only RNG you're basically dealing with is who does she absorb and when does she decide to do it.
Wow.
If you notice, I switch between exclusively Bobbery and Vivian during this fight. They're definitely the two best partners for it. I start with Vivian because, as I said earlier, in the first phase, I need Veil to dodge that guaranteed dead hands drag under the stage move. During phase 2, no matter what Vivian's HP is, I try to switch out to Bobbery. Bobbery has more health, so while they both do the same damage, I enjoy the extra 5 HP because it just gives me an extra attack to deal with. Vivian can sometimes die in 2 attacks if she's buffed, Bobbery generally 3. So it just reduces the amount of life shrooms I may have to use on with Mario's partners. And that's the Mario Paint strategy, guys. I hope you enjoyed hearing a little about my thought process when I go into fights. Quick shout out to Koop, another YouTuber, as he and I went over the skeleton of this strategy, which I then optimized for my own playstyle. If you like this video, drop a like, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe. I'm going to try and do more strategy analysis videos since I had a lot of fun making this. Also, again, if you want to see the actual fight I performed on stream, a link will be in the description below. Also in the description will be a link to the Discord server I've created for Paper Mario challenge runs called Glitz Pit. I came into challenge running this game really late, a year ago, and so I missed the opportunity to connect with other players. I'd like to try and revive that community, no matter how small it ends up. I love this game, and I want to keep challenge running it. So if you're interested in this stuff and want to connect with like-minded players, please consider joining, and also please consider sharing with any of your friends, family, etc. that might also be interested. I would be eternally grateful if you did. So that's it, guys. This is Cappy, signing off.